Sri Ramakrishna and the devotees enjoyed the meal greatly. Afterwards, he rested a while. About 2 o'clock in the afternoon, Pratap Chandra Majumdar of the Brahmo Samaj arrived. He was a co-worker of Keshab Chandra Sen and had been to Europe and America in connection with the Brahmo missionary work. He greeted Sri Ramakrishna, and the master, too, bowed before him with his usual modesty. They were soon engaged in conversation. Pratap: I have been to Darjeeling recently, for a change of air. Master: But your health hasn't much improved. What are you suffering from? Pratap: The same illness that Keshab died of. They began to talk about Keshab. Pratap said, Even in boyhood, he showed non-attachment to worldly things, seldom making merry with the other boys. He was a student in the Hindu college. At that time, he became friendly with Satyendra and through him made the acquaintance of his father, Debendranath Tagore. Keshab cultivated bhakti and at the same time practiced meditation. At times he would be so much overcome with divine love that he would become unconscious. The main purpose of his life was to introduce religion among householders. The conversation next turned to a certain Maratha lady. Pratap: Some women of our country have been to England. This Maratha lady, who is very scholarly, also visited England. Later, she embraced Christianity. Have you heard her name, sir? Master: No. But from what you say, it seems to me that she has a desire for name and fame. That kind of egotism is not good. The feeling, I am the doer, is the outcome of ignorance. But the feeling that God does everything is due to knowledge. God alone is the doer. All others are mere instruments in his hands. The misfortune that befalls a man on account of his egotism can be realized if you only think of the condition of the calf. The calf says, Hamma Hamma. That is, I. And just look at its misfortune. At times it is yoked to the plough and made to work in the field from sun up to sundown, rain or shine. Again, it may be slaughtered by the butcher. In that case, the flesh is eaten and the skin tanned into hide. From the hide, shoes are made. People put on these shoes and walk on the rough ground. Still, that is not the end of its misfortunes. Drums are made from its skin and mercilessly beaten with sticks. At last, its entails are made into strings for the bow used in carding cotton. When used by the carder, the string gives the sound tuhu, thou. That is, it is thou, O Lord, it is thou. It no longer says, Hamma, I. Only then does the calf's trouble come to an end. And it is liberated. It doesn't return to the world of action. Likewise, when the embodied soul says, O God, I am not the doer, thou art the doer. I am the machine and thou art its operator. Only then does its suffering of worldly life come to an end. Only then does it obtain liberation. It no longer has to be reborn in this world of action.